Unfortunately for day 2, a weaker, newer account can't get 18k points or even 4 gold medals. But everyone can still get all the primo gems by getting at least all silver medals. Also, obtaining 2 gold medals with 2 silver medals is fairly reasonable for today's challenge. So, there's a question that you'll have to be able to answer to see which one would be the best goal to go for. So, if you don't do Abyss, go for 4 silver medals. If you do, try Abyss here and there or on a regular basis, but can't get 32 stars, go for 2 golds and 2 silvers. If you can almost get 32 stars, I'm saying 32, not 36, go for 4 golds. And if you can get 32 stars in the Abyss, go for the full 18k points. This day's a lot harder than the first day, by far. By far. So, I'll have this broken up for this video into different sections. This first section is going to be the running with 4 silver medals, and then it'll be the 2 gold and 2 silvers. Then it'll be the 18k plus runs with my friend's account and my account. My friend's account is free to play, but I'll be using not free to play characters on her account, and my account is tainted with Welkin and battle passes since about Hu Tao's banner, so that's like not the recent one, the old one, so like March of last year, I believe. Anyway, yeah, so I recommend doing this level first, and because each time you complete a level or floor or stage or whatever you're gonna say, it'll just keep getting harder and harder. They'll get more HP. That Ruin Grader from before, he just keeps healing. I guess I'll talk more about that Ruin Grader later, but that team from before, you just spam skills and kill things and focus on the Ruin Grader. As far as this team here, you're gonna be, well, mostly just hitting things with Kaching, but I really should listen to how they say their names. I think it's Yunjin. Sounds Korean, but yeah, I'll just say Yunjin. So Yunjin, she gives a nice buff to the auto attacks, to the normal attacks that Kaching has, and Beidou adds a little bit extra to it too. To let you know the kind of power level of the characters I added for this, Beidou, Diona, Beidou, Barbara, well, not Barbara, who's the other one? Oh, Xialing. I have them just basically holding weapons. Like Beidou and Xialing have the fish weapons, and just a flower on. Barbara has a, I guess, full-ish set of artifacts on, but I gave her I think it's the level 1, whatever weapon is. I forget what it is, like the default one they get at the beginning. And I also gave Diona like a level 1 recurve bow. So, yeah, basically the point is, they're not going to be doing any damage. So I'm just basically showcasing, just completing it with the trial characters, the free-to-play trial characters with some support. Yeah, and this, as you can see, we're just spamming, and you're going to want to use Barbara here to take the shields off. And once the shields are off, you can kill them together. Yep. Oh. with, I forget how to say her name. I played the quest too. I'll just call her Auntie or Auntie. Auntie. I'll just call her T. So for T, if you hold her skill, it becomes a like round AoE type of skill or damage. And if you tap it, she'll dash forward. Yeah. As far as this team is concerned, you don't really need to know too much of the intricacies of it. Basically, use T's skills and burst, and use Chongyun to hit stuff. If you're out of, if all the cooldowns are off, like you can't put out Guapa or any of the bursts or whatnot, just hit things with Chongyun. Ugh. And for this, as we see, just as from before, a lot of just normal attacking. You only really want to use her burst if her being Kaching's burst. If there's more than one character enemy around to be able to burst on, because otherwise it's gonna be probably more damage just to do a normal attack. But yeah, if you have people in that circle AoE to use it on, then yeah, you'll do more damage doing that then, because you're hitting more people. Yeah. Try to keep Yunjin's energy up so that she can keep buffing Kaching. And you also do need a bit of Beidou for this. Or it doesn't have to be Beidou. You know, these characters are just examples. The point to show for Beidou is someone supplementing some sort of damage for Kaching off field. So some sort of sub DPS. I mean, yeah, so if it's like, how do you pronounce his name? Xingchu? Yeah, I think that's his name, Xingchu. Someone like that, then that's actually really good. If your Diona isn't like at, I think I have her at like 600 attack right now, or less, 500. She's something super low right now. But yeah, then yeah, you'll do a lot better. But the fourth stage that we fight here is always going to be the hardest. Honestly, the only static choice I would go with for the stages would be doing the Ruin Greater stage first, and then so you have two different teams. So one team's gonna do the Ruin Greater and also the what is it called? Lecter? Abyss Lecter, that lightning annoying guy. Oh, here we go, 2 gold and 2 silver runs. But yeah, the other team, so here we're doing the Ruin Guard again. For this run, I actually equipped Xialing, Beidou, and Diona with gear. So they actually do have artifacts on now, not just a flower. So this is in hopes that things will go well. Now, if you need to look at stuff, I'm trying to think what's the word for it. Like the potions and whatever I used on the Silver Run team, you can go to the link in the description below. It's for the Genshin forums. I just did a written kind of guide there. But for these other things that aren't at the Silver route, I don't have it snapshotted. So you'll have to actually do the whole annoying pause the video type deal to see what the heck I was using. Yeah. Oh. As you can see, I'm just basically focusing that Ruin Grader until it dies. And then now, you want to go for this, I think they're called, not destroyers, cruisers. The Ruin Cruiser, the other one's the destroyer, the snake thing's the destroyer. The reason why you want to go for that Ruin Cruiser first is because it keeps moving around, and the destroyer will eventually just pop up right next to you. So it'll just run into your AoEs. In that case, on the last one, it didn't though. But yeah. For this, now that we actually have Beto and Diona with much better stats, you will need them quite a bit to actually input more damage, so you're going to be wanting to charge up their energy more, because they are definitely going to add a good amount of damage. One thing, since we're doing on the gold runs for the Ruin Grader and such, we're doing this on the higher difficulty for the first two, and then on the second two it's just going to be on the lowest difficulty. Yep. Like when we were doing the silver run, it was just going to be all on easy, because yeah, it just makes things easy, and you don't really get the first point wise. I think the first one to really go for is, was it 14k? And that's basically you being able to get all gold then. And then there's 18k, which is going a little bit more than gold. I feel like, oh yeah, when you're going for this, make sure you focus on the ranged people first, because all the melee people are going to go closer to you. In this case, I have a choice between two ranged. I have the person with the shovel throwing dirt that does no damage at me, and then I have the Mirror Maiden. You'll want to focus on the Mirror Maiden over any of the other mobs, and hope that the Mirror Maiden like teleports next to one of the other mobs that's still alive, so that you can use your burst. Yep. Also keep note that for the 2 gold 2 silver run difficulty, I chose a for this, the auto attacking team with Kaching, I chose the much bigger buffs for her. So you might need to rewind and see that compared to the other runs. In this, I just throw at Guoba, because even though Guoba's doing no damage, at least it'll give some energy incoming. So, which is nice for, you know, charging things up and such.
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment. Obey.
Oh, yep. This is a bunch of spam. Oh, if you notice on this, I forgot to switch it down to the easy difficulty, the normal, I guess, difficulty. So I actually have 2 runs of this level, one showing the hard run and one showing the easy run. Yeah. You'll see that I'll get gold on the hard run, I believe, on this, but it's not worth trying to go for 4 golds. When you have the team as weak as mine, you need like, maybe like Sucrose or something. Some sort of CC, I believe, in the other team, and to drag all the people together in order to hit gold on the 4th one, or have a higher damaging DPS than Kaching to get gold. Something like that. because yeah, as it is right now, it's trying to do gold on the last DPS auto normal attacking team, the Kaching team. Yeah, you can't get gold as the 4th level. It's just not possible. Unless your gear is super godly, or you just use a better team. So, but the point is, you can't do it with the Kaching team that's on here. Anyway, if you haven't fought Abyss Lectors before, essentially fighting them is just spam a bunch of elements at them. I made a mistake in pulling out Barbara. Like, you just want to spam any element at them that isn't Electro or Hydro. So, Animo, Cryo, Pyro. Bennett is super good against Abyss Lector. So here you're seeing me rerun the whole thing as easy instead, and you can see it's a lot faster and less stressful to go through. So yeah, just do the first 2, if you're doing the 2 gold, 2 silver runs, do the first 2 stages on the harder difficulty, and then do the last 2 stages on the easier difficulty. Yep. And as before, basically, you'll see I'm like trying to push them together a little bit, and I didn't have to do that. But yeah. I wonder how much I'm gonna edit this audio. Probably not very much. Spent way too much on this ridiculous level. Day 2 is so hard compared to day 1 of the event. It's crazy. It's really crazy how much more difficult it is. But if you have a old account that's been properly leveled, these are pretty decent to go through. Like, not too much of a challenge. But if, like, one of my friends, she doesn't have a very good account, so she would have struggled on this. I've been helping her with the stuff, which is also part of the reason why I've not been making as many videos, is I have been spending more time trying to farm on that account and such. I know there's the whole thing where you're not allowed to share or whatever accounts or whatnot, but I figure miHoYo won't really care that much in how the fact that I'm playing on that person's account is keeping that person playing, I guess. Because I think the whole reason they probably have that rule is so that you don't have one person, like people sharing the same like resources into one account and being like, okay, I already have Hu Tao on this account, so I don't need to get Hu Tao on a different account because we're sharing it and we're buffing it all together, and I just want to collect the characters. Yeah. I couldn't do that though. I like having my own account, just more personalized. Also like to do the quests and such, you know. It's like sharing a save file for a video game. It's just feels weird. But yeah, you can see here that I am really trying to go for that 2:20. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds is what I need to hit or beat for a silver medal. Yep. So I'm already struggling this much on the easy difficulty, so you can see what I was saying, that it's basically impossible to do it on gold, to go for the gold, if I do it on the higher difficulty, because you still need to hit 220 for gold. So this is my friend's account, the one I've helped with a bit, and farming artifacts. Like, this account was crazy, man. It had like, what is it? I think like HP artifacts on the DPS and stuff like that. So, got it going from a, let's see, it was doing Abyss and like didn't even make it to the 12th floor when I first started helping out with the account. I think it was like a couple months ago or so. And now we're able to get 34, is it 34? No, 32? Whatever, we have, yeah, I think it's 32 stars on the new Abyss. Yeah, that's what it is. 32 stars on the new Abyss type. So that's good. So that's nice. Yeah. This friend of mine's a lot more of a casual player. It's more about collecting the characters, I think, for her. She really wants Zhao. I don't think it's... well, she doesn't think it's gonna happen. I also don't think it will, but I hope so. So as you can see, with that whole thing, I prepped the whole start with throwing out Guoba Sayu's, I forget what it's called, Rama, whatever, diorama, you know, and then Venti stuff, and then just go into town. Man, I wish I had Venti. She has Venti. She has all the Archons, actually. I have the Raiden Shogun. I don't really want Zhongli. Zhongli's really cool and good for the meta, but just doesn't feel as fun for me to play. Though if you do have a Geo character, I guess he's like really, really good for it. I'm trying to think of another, because I guess you could go with Albedo, but I mean, Zhongli gives that shield straight up, you know, for that Geo resonance. So you can see there I started off with the whole pillar thing. I should have done the shield, but I messed up on that, but it's okay. This also just kind of shows, like, the stronger your account, the more you can just screw up and be fine with getting the score you want. Yep. So with Xingqiu? Man, I am so bad at these names. But with him, he constantly is applying the wet status, so when you have his E thing activated, so you only really need to be right up against the pyro shield, and it'll keep ticking and having it go down. But of course, having Xingqiu's burst and skill up for when those pyro mages are around is good to get things going a little faster. And as you can see, I'm just trying to spam as many elements as possible. Geo's not exactly the best for this. But so, it's all about Bennett. You know, I keep messing up on this with Bennett. I should have just kept them out and kept spamming. There we go. Nope, I didn't. I keep... yeah, see, if I was to do this better, I would just keep Bennett out and just keep spamming his E once I got his burst down, because of that super low cooldown on the burst. And if I was really, really, really desperate to take down the Lecter's shield, I can put on that whole the electro artifact set where it like reduces the cooldown when you do an electro reaction, and that makes Bennett's E like super spammable. And look at Venti, he's so good. Mm-hmm.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Yeah, that Geo guy you want to take out really fast, or you just don't want to give it a chance to get its little Geo structure towers up, because that just makes it go a little longer than you want it to go for this level. Oh. I like how Venti's like thing still drags those huge guys towards it.
Shine down. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Think you can get
Struggling to kill these guys, but it'll happen. It will happen.
brace yourself.
And then once they change their element, they die so much faster. At least I think they do.
Time for
Because now the elemental reactions come into play. And yeah.
now you shall perish.
Alright, so those are the scores. 20.5k, 20,542 for my friend. Alright. So now for the for my account, I guess. So the main reason again why I'm showing all these different ways of going about this is to more or less show the concepts behind the teams as far as how they run, what they do, so on and so on. So for this one, I have a lot more confidence in my Ruin Grader and Abyss Lecter killing teams. So I started with the mob, so I did stage 2 first. I'm going to do stage 4, and then stage 3, and then stage 2, stage 4, stage 1, stage 3. The other ones I've been doing stage 4, stage 2, stage 3, stage 1. So I just flipped, flipped which team goes first, essentially.
Time to act. Enhanced animal module.
My Hu Tao is super built. She was my first 5-star that I actually rolled for. So I was holding on to my primos until she came out.
Will be mine.
And I'm glad I rolled for her, because she's been really good since then. Same with the Raiden Shogun. I almost didn't roll for her. Or Pool or Wish or whatever. So I'm really glad I went for her, especially because I have Eula.
Freeze to the core.
That was actually a big reason why I went for her, was because of Eula, but I didn't realize A does so much damage on her own. Mm-hmm. I don't know why those guys just like did that. It's so annoying. Because they were supposed to get pulled in, but then they somehow went out. Oh, I know what it probably... No, that's not that. I thought maybe it was like an electro reaction from Raiden Shogun, but I was like, wait, no, Raiden Shogun's not on this team. So yeah, I have no idea. As you can see, my Hu Tao is the best Hu Tao because you're supposed to use your skills and damage at full health. Oh, no you're not. My Hu Tao is like almost never below full health, which is also saying a lot on how strong she is. The fact that she can do so much damage and not even be at the optimal. Yep. Alright, so the last. I'm really hoping this recording went okay, because I do not plan on doing another recording or editing this. This is mainly, again, just to show concepts, not the like what should be done exactly as far as the team, like, but just concepts as far as how these kind of fights work and the flow of the fights. Yeah, that was... I should not have been hitting them with Eula at that point. And now, that's a lot better. Yeah. A's so good at, like, taking down shields. The pyro shields. I thought that E would have killed that. But it didn't. And that's okay. I don't really have a person to take down the Lictor on this team, but it's fine. It'll be good enough. Because I have everything for the spamming portion for this. So it'll be fine. Oh yeah. Just going and killing this person. Slowly but surely. Spam those skills. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There we go. And then almost 24k. Just a couple points off. So yeah. Hopefully that helps. I do like how, if I heard her correctly, Yunjin says, not break a leg, but break their leg or something. Like, what? Crazy. I like it.